Alright, so how this is going to work is I'm going to go over the itinerary. We're going to work our way through the itinerary. Then we'll have a community discussion at the end, and you guys can ask your questions, state your concerns, any suggestions, so on and so forth. Alright, let's get started here. So the first thing we're going to talk about is essentially our op rotation and how we're changing our op rotations a little bit. We're going to talk about the rules again. We're going to go over our regular program. We're going to go over staff openings. We're going to talk about SOTT and the new course we're offering. We're going to talk about how we're dealing with our new growth and the addition of all these new people. We're going to briefly glance over some mod dev and web dev ideas that we're working on so that you as the community understands where we're going and what you have to see in the next couple weeks or months. And then finally we'll top it off with the public and whitelist discussion over what's going on there. And yeah. Alright, so first thing we're going to talk about is the operation rotation. So previously we used to run 2 new ops a month alternating on the weekends. Now what we're going to do is every day will be a different event in the month. So that's Wednesdays, Saturdays, Wednesdays again, Saturdays, Wednesdays again, Saturdays, Wednesdays again, Saturdays. All of those events, every day they're going to be different. Before we used to run repeats of the 2 new ops, but now that our operation pool is big enough, you guys are going to get unique and different experiences every single time you play in an op, because we're going to be altering the frequency and the repetition of some of the ops now that we have that big enough pool. We'll still be introducing 1, maybe 2 new ops a month, but for the most part, you can look forward to getting a variety of ops every month. Moving on from there, we're going to talk about the rules and our growth. So over the past 2-3 weeks, we've seen massive growth. I'd say 500 new members-ish. This is most likely coming from the Steam sale and the Steam free weekend. And we appreciate all these new people coming in here with the right mindset and with the determination to join and, you know, being interested in our programs. So we appreciate that. We're glad that we have people who are extremely interested. There are a couple things that come with this growth. Number one is the rules. With this huge amount of people, we feel like there aren't enough people reading the rules. We're gonna make attempts on our side to make the rules more visible and more accessible. But I just want to, you know, go over again that, you know, the rules are necessary to know, both for Discord and for ops. Even our public server rules are up there. Can someone deal with that? Anyways, the other thing we're going to talk about concerning our growth is... how we're dealing with our servers. The public, the whitelist, and the private event servers. So recently we've been getting 72-man servers for the events, and the way we're kind of doing that is the new operation pre-op structure is everyone will join the pre-op channel about 5 to 10 minutes before. You'll get the notification on Discord. You'll pile into the pre-op channel. We'll run through the registration list in order, and then if there are any no-shows, we'll run through the whitelist, or not the whitelist, the waitlist. Okay, and that's how that's how you get into the ops now, because simply we have too many people registering to where we're overflowing. So make sure that you sign up for those ops as soon as you can, because if you sign up late and you're on the wait list and you're the last one on the wait list, you might not get in. Granted, that means you can still probably get into the second session because we have people drop off after the first round. But if you want to guarantee your spot, make sure that you register. We might even start doing some things that'll quote-unquote punish people for no-shows, simply because that gets really annoying, especially if you no-show multiple times. And you can always unregister. It's really fast, 3 clicks. So if you can't make it, unregister. It makes our lives easier. But if you want to get into an event, you've got to register in time. All right, regarding the public server and the whitelist server with the 72-man overflow. So with the increased players in squad ops, we're going to be popping both those servers pretty much every day. So if you can't get into the public, look for the whitelist. It's most likely up. Once again, a reiteration of what the whitelist is. On every other day except for Fridays, it's a place where you can get in on the server for free with a reserve slot, because you get a reserve slot the second you sign up on the website. As long as you put your right Steam 64 ID in, you have a reserve slot on the whitelist. And that's what the whitelist serves. It serves as a place for our community members to get in without a hassle. On Fridays, we're going to be changing the whitelist lockdown session from session 1 time to session 2 time. Now what that means is you'll check on the session 1 time is always that same time in the morning, and session 2 time is always that same time in the afternoon. We're doing this to appeal to more US players simply because that's where our main demographic is. And once again, a reiteration of what whitelist lockdown is. We'll shut it down completely for op community members only. So it'll be a great time to play with, myself, the management, the staff, our regulars, and the public will get in there too as long as they're registered. All right. A reminder that any time you register or your friends register for the site, it takes 1 day to get your Steam 64 into the system. Okay, so if you want to register for an event or you have friends registering for events, make sure that they know that it takes 1 day to get their name into the system, simply because that's how it's automated. All right. So that covers our overflow with the public, whitelist, and private servers. We're going to go over the SOTT new course that will be coming out next Thursday, not this Thursday, but the next Thursday, which is our vehicle SOTT. And I'll go over driving, gunning, vehicle tactics, and SOPs. We're looking at the same duration, hour and under. We got prac apps and lecture, and yeah, you'll see that coming out soon. And that'll kind of ensure that we don't really have as many vehicle flips or any misuse of the vehicles in the events as we do now, even though right now it's still pretty low. This is just to certify. It's not mandatory. Once again. Every other course except for basic is optional. Basic is the only mandatory course. So the only reason you'd want to get the certs for the other courses is to get priority picks for either an advanced weapon or for vehicle driving or gunning. So if you like driving or gunning, get your cert. You'll get priority access to those vehicles. As far as basic, we're going to touch on basic real fast. So recently we've had a couple incidents where people seem to be zoning out during basic and just doing basic. We're going to start recycling people through basic if it becomes a big problem. If we start seeing a recycle or a reoccurring problem of people who completely just zone out through basic just to get the cert and play in the closed events. I'm sure many of the other people who have been through basic and who ingested that information and who take pride in focusing and doing what they're supposed to be doing, it feels like they're getting cheated, especially when we have to teach people things again during the ops. Once again, we don't expect you to memorize everything, but there's a couple common tactics and common sense things that seem to be just in one ear out the other. So just be aware that recycling through basic might become a thing if it becomes a reoccurring issue where certain extremely easy concepts are not being fully processed. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but it's to keep it fair to the other guys who actually pay attention and do the work. All right, and one of the last things we're going to be talking about here is the regular and staff openings. So regulars, what does it mean to be a regular, and how can I get to be a regular? A lot of people ask that, and a lot of people are wondering, how do I get that tag? How do I get that status? Regular is pretty simple. You just show up to events, the public server, and Discord. All three things. For example, if you showed up onto the public server all the time, you're not going to get regular, because that's not what Squad Ops is. If you show up just to the events like once a week, that's not what regular is. A regular is someone who's part of the community, who is active in the community, and who wants to be a part of the community. We're not looking to give out the ops tag to just anyone just because they show up a couple times. These people have to be, dedicated players and continue to be dedicated players, and kind of earn that tag simply because it's something that shows how much we appreciate you and how much we acknowledge your dedication and your commitment. So once again, it wouldn't be fair to the regulars who do put in the time and do put in the effort and do enjoy being part of the community, to just take that away and give it to anyone willy-nilly. So just a heads up that you need to be active on Discord, public, and whitelist, and then whitelist and private events, and you'll get you'll get the idea of what it means to be a regular. Pretty simple stuff. Moving on from regular, we're going to talk about staff. So we're bulking up our admin team simply because of the growth. As we talked before, we have a massive amount of growth, so we're talking about filling both servers during EU and NA times. So that's 2 servers at 2 different time zones every day. So we're bulking up on admins. So if you're interested in admins, there's a staff app at the README channel. Everyone should have read the README channel. That goes with the part of the rules, because that tells you everything you need to know. That'll answer a lot of questions. So even if you see people in general chat asking like really basic questions, it's probably answered in the README, or it's probably answered in the FAQ. So redirect them there. As far as instructors, we're good on instructors for now. So don't bother applying. You're going to get waitlisted until, a slot opens up. We're still looking for active mod devs and web devs, as always. We're looking for committed people who are interested and enthusiastic, not just people looking to grab the ops tag. And we have a process that'll sort through that. But those are the current staff openings right now, and the idea there. We are looking for someone who enjoys ops, enjoys watching them, and might consider casting them. So if you have a lot of stream experience and you've been a regular or you've been to a lot of the ops, and you think you have that professionalism, go ahead and message me directly, and we'll see if we can find you something to do. But in general, that pretty much wraps up what ops has going on. Mod dev's been working hard, and they're going to be rolling out the package as soon as possible, which is probably going to be as soon as OWI drops mod support. So hopefully that's in the next couple of months. And at that time, we'll open up our hardcore server at the same time. So that'll be a lot of fun. As far as web dev, we have the great web dev guys working on integrating the website and our Discord. And that'll essentially make it so much easier for event registration and organization. And you guys won't have to deal with roll call or anything like that because everything will be automated. So a lot of cool things that we're doing to kind of get things more efficient, get them feeling more professional, get them feeling, smooth and clean. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all we've pretty much got on our side going on right now. We're looking to expand our outreach and our public side, so stand by for a couple cool videos, cool content, cool ideas coming from there. I want to thank all you guys for, participating in the operations, having fun, giving us suggestions, stuff like that, because this is a community project by the community for the community, and it wouldn't be possible without everyone. So I'd like to extend my thanks to everyone, especially for those of you that took the time out of your day to come to this meeting and to kind of get the lowdown on what's going on. And yeah, that's pretty much what's going on here. At this point in time, I'm going to let you guys unmute, and if you have any questions, if you have a question, go ahead and type it out in the general chat, and I will answer it. So if you have any questions right now, type them out in the general chat, and I'll read through them. Any questions regarding squad or squad ops at all right now? Okay, first question here is, any thoughts on changing op times? With daylight savings, things did get a little bit fucky. Because some time zones changed, some didn't. So what we might look to do, I'll throw up a poll. There's actually a couple polls that'll go up on the website after this meeting regarding op times and day changes for a couple things. But for the most part, we're going to be keeping the op times the same as they are currently. If anything, we'll shift them earlier 1 hour, but that depends on the poll results. That'll be dictated then.
Thank you.
Yep. How is Squad Ops funded? Currently, Squad Ops is funded by no one. It's been a personal project for a little while here. There's no monetization or anything at this point in time. We do plan on opening up donations in the future for the servers and for other projects that do need funding, but for right now it's a personal project and it's just been a volunteer project. So all these guys, all these staff members out here doing work, these are all people doing and dedicating their time for free. So, and it's an awesome community project, but as of right now it's just a personal project that isn't funded. Eventually we'd like to open up monetization to help the servers and expand if possible, but for right now, no. I need some more weekday ops. Any plans for that? Okay, so Mancy, you'll get a poll on the forums later today that will discuss a day change for one thing, the regular event, and that will be on Tuesdays. We're thinking of putting the regular event on Tuesdays, so Tuesday session 2, so we can shift the session 1 whitelist lockdown on Fridays to session 2 to get more exposure. All right. Sometimes ops are not easily available due to region or life situations. Is there any contingency to be squad ops member? Yeah, Kilo. I mean, if you just show up and you're around and you show interest and you understand what squad ops is, and you're around when you can be around, we'll look at that and we take that into consideration. But squad ops is primarily an event-based community, and it's hard to invite someone to an event-based community when they can't attend events. But yeah, that we'll take that on a case-by-case basis. You thought I was dead. Okay. Where are we to apply for the mod dev team? Do we message you or is it on the website? Once again, that's in the README. There's a staff app in the README. So if you want to apply, read the README. The README has almost everything you need to know. Read the README. Is there any way to server broadcast a message before it resets at 0400 PST? Yeah. I'm going to see if there's a way we can set automated messages. If not, it's going to be an admin that has to be on that late, or that early, I guess, to message that. And that's a lot to ask of an admin. So unless we can figure out a way to automate it, or there's an admin online, I don't think you're going to get that message. How often is AWS? AWS is going to be on rotation with the other 3 SOTT courses. We are working on a leadership course. I know a lot of people are asking for that, both for fire team leads and for squad leads. But the leadership course is being worked on. It is the next course that SOTT will push out, most likely either next month or at the end of next month. I think what we're doing this month is we'll have basic this Thursday. Next Thursday will be vehicles. The Thursday after that will be AWS, and we'll run one more basic at the end of the month. Something like that. But that pretty much are the 4 courses we're going to run. So 2 basics, 1 vehicle, 1 AWS. What exactly will be included in the Squad Ops mod package? So currently the idea and the intent behind the Squad Ops mod package is to just shave the vanilla game down to a point where it's hardcore. We don't really want to make a complete conversion to realism or anything like that. We don't really want to do that. We just want to enable and kind of enforce the hardcore kind of feeling to it. But we don't really want to make a realism conversion. So we'll be shaving off like certain things like being able to see everyone on the team on the map. You're only going to be able to see squad leaders, stuff like that. Or, you know, removing some elements from the HUD, or extending the amount of time it takes for, you know, a fob to be at certain gameplay changes. No real conversions or anything like that. We don't plan on going that into depth. It's going to be a couple key things that make the game feel hardcore, which is what our community is for. Hardcore, realistic, immersive events. You didn't see a web dev application in staff app. I would say just... Really? Hold on. I would say just mark mod dev and then put in like quotes or in parentheses somewhere, web dev. Yeah, Mighty, if you just apply for web dev, I'll set you up with one of the web dev guys, and they'll kind of walk you through what you need to know and what is expected. Yeah, but yeah, that's awesome, Mighty.
Thanks.
How close is your affiliation to OWI, and how active has Squad Ops been in improving the game? Okay, that's an interesting question. There is going to be some news that we release in the next week regarding OWI and our relationship. So stand by for that. But we are working closely with the devs, and we do try to interact with them as much as possible to kind of foster that relationship and improve both our mod and their game with both best interests at mind. So there is a dialogue. But nothing really too intense. We just talk to each other at this point. Yeah. What's going to be done about event signup spam? It seems lately there are more no-shows due to people doing blind signups in case they won't make it. Over time, will make signing up redundant. So we are going to start punishing for no-shows because it's really easy to unregister. So if you can't make it and you can't unregister, that's fine, like once every now and then. But if we see those repeats and that spam, there will be steps being taken to reduce that, whether it's removing that person or suspending that person. Simply because if you sign up for a ton of events and you don't show up, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Yeah. Will unique ops maps be a thing in terms of mod sport? Of course, yes. So we do have at least 2 mappers that work specifically on squad ops maps. So you will see squad ops exclusive maps and content. So that'll be something that as community members of our community, you'll get exclusive access to. And that'll be pretty fun and cool. Yeah, we're also working on a unique SOTT training map. Will they be on the main servers? The public server will always be a vanilla squad server, simply because we want to maintain a presence in that area. But the whitelist server, or even we might even acquire more servers to put on the custom server list so we can run that modded content. You can bet on that, because our mod is going to be there. So we're definitely going to have at least 1 server in the public and at least 1 server in the custom for mods. Anything else? I'm going to give it about 2 more minutes, and then we'll call it. Any questions at all? Any plans to ever do ops on mods like Postscriptum or other game conversion mods? If the tools are there and I can open up a dialogue with those modders, I would love to. Definitely, I would love to. I mean, running World War II mods or World War II ops, that would be really cool and really interesting. Definitely something different from what we've been doing. So that is something I'm definitely interested in, but that's all I can say at this point. We've had no real dialogue or discussion or anything like that with either managers or the other mod managers to make that connection work. Are you envisioning that mod to be one life? No, the hardcore mod will not be one life, but it will be hardcore. Certain things to kind of enforce that would be like the removal of rally points, for example. So like with the removal of rally points, it's almost like one life because you got to start all the way back at the fob again, but it's not quite that restrictive. So there is some kind of forgiving aspects to the mod. But of course, this is all temporary. Everything I said here is subject to change. So you are most likely you're almost most likely to see multiple iterations of the mod before it's finalized. Of course, we're going to test stuff thoroughly so it all flows well, and we're going to make sure that it's all good to go once it's finally released. Is there any plan to incorporate fire teams into the mod? I actually talked to Sergeant Ross about this on Veterans Day. OWI is already implementing some things into the game that I don't want our mod guys spending time building. So some of these things that you guys want and that we want as well, we're not working on them because we know that OWI will push them out in time, and there's no point in us working on something that the devs are just going to push out. But yeah. If you want to watch that video, it's on my channel with Sergeant Ross. He talks about it near the end of that video. But yeah, he talks about fire teams and the tools. There's going to be their own chat. There's going to be other markers. That was confirmed on the stream. Can you link your channel somewhere, or is it... if you pretty much type in Squad Ops on YouTube, you'll find it. Any sweet info on V9? I know nothing about V9. Unfortunately. So.
Come on.
I have no idea what they're doing for V9. Do you guys mind third-party recording during closed events? All right, so the rule on that's in the rules section. If you read it, it'll go over how you can record, but you cannot stream. We don't allow streaming in the events right now. Currently, it's only recording. You can upload whatever you want from our events, but do not. Do not.
Sorry, I'm not looking at that.
What? Why did you change your logo?
That's what I'm looking at.
I don't know, because I felt like it. How long has Squad Ops been going for? When did it start? Why did you start it? Squad Ops is going on for about, was it 6 months? No, 4 months?
It's more than that now.
Yeah,
it's way more than
that. We started off in April. Or
March, April, yeah. March, April.
Yeah, March, April. We've been going at it for a couple months now. Why did I start it? I always liked One Life. I always liked making things as immersive as possible, and I just looked for a way to push that one step further. And so we did. And that's then we're here now. Do I know if they're adding helicopters or boats? Helicopters, yes. Boats, I have no idea. But can we stream regular servers? Yeah, you can stream the regular servers. Plans to extend ops to other games like Armor or PR. There's no talk of that until we get Squad Ops on Squad fully launched. I have no idea what we plan to do after that, Mancy. So you'll get information as it comes.
Ooh, I like that question.
Are there any plans to add things like bullet-resistant vest and helmets that protect you? Maybe. Maybe. It might get gimmicky and it might be a little too much, but, you know, we'll think about it. What communities and games were you part of before Squad and Squad Ops? All right, I'll save that
This
for
is
something
great.
else. That's a. I want to turn this into an AMA. Let's keep this strictly.
Squad
Yeah,
Ops.
but I was part of. I played a little Arma 3 Wasteland, but that'll be the only AMA question I'll do. Are you going to stop people joining Squad Ops, or will you allow more people to join? Honestly, this is a very good question, especially since we've seen massive growth. If anything, we plan to expand with the growth, assuming we have enough staff to do so. So if we can host two 72-man servers at the same time, and we have the staff to do it, and we have the servers to do it, I say do it. Of course, it's going to get more and more challenging the bigger we get because of logistics and because of, you know, management in general. But I mean, if I can, I will. If we can expand, I will expand to fill that demand. As a small-time streamer, I'm allowed to advert in the Discord when I go live. I'm sorry we have no advertising rules for the Discord, so that's for communities, other sites, anything like that, simply because we need to just outlaw all of that. Of course, yeah, we have the community meetings once every month. All right, I'll give it 4 more minutes to answer any questions that are relevant, and then we're going to call it. But I think that's pretty much it. Will there be a clan battle against Squad Ops?
That's kind of like CCFN.
Yeah, if you're talking about CCFN, we do play in CCFN, which is kind of a clan battle, but not really. We just have squads that represent us. But yeah, when will new events post? So this month, the next week of events is up already. So for the next 7 days, all those events are up. As far as the rest of the month, I'll probably have those done on Saturday or Friday. Yeah, Friday, I think I'll have the rest of the month filled out. What is a new rank for super regulars? What about a new rank for super regulars?
What about it?
All right, CCFN is
Fuck up,
Community
yes.
Clan Fight Night. It's run by our good friends over at CCFN, Chronic and a couple other guys. They basically
I'll link it in
just-
off topic, too.
alright, just link that in off topic. It's just a clan representation kind of battleground thing. Yeah. We have a whole bunch of guys that play in that, so watch the stream, watch the videos. You'll see ops guys in there representing us. Anyways, we've got 3 more minutes for anyone to ask any questions regarding squad or squad ops.
All right. Stepping off topic for that CCFN.
Oh my god, you guys are memes.
Oh, this is I linked it wrong.
Nah, this is not Karmakut AMA. This is squad ops community meeting.
This is where
Is there any way we can find accurate and current list of openings for staff? Yeah, we're going to be doing a whole bunch of forum updates because we've been lacking on that this past month. So expect the forums to have a lot of information coming up in the next week, both with polls and with information regarding, you know, openings or announcements and stuff like that. What are the dates for the upcoming SOTT Basic? The next SOTT Basic is this Thursday, and then the one after that will probably be 2 or 3 weeks after. We might... No, we won't. Never mind. It's we run 2 SOTT Basics a month. One at the first week, one at the third week. Those are the times we run SOTT Basic. Any mods to incorporate graphics for the briefing, the platooning game? Yeah, I want to have tools regarding either drawing or custom map tools. I know Squad already has drawing in it. They just removed it, so we'll see if they add it back. I'll see what that if that's possible. But yeah, we do plan on adding some kind of tools for the briefing just to make it feel a little more fleshed out. Trainee tag is for people who have filled out a staff app, have had that initial interview, and are in their 2 to 3 week trainee period.
Can you redraw my life?
Jesus. Alright, 1 more minute. Is it possible to play custom maps in the current build of Squad? I have no idea. I'll be straight up. Unless you're the modder, I don't think there is. Or you can play it in the SDK, I think.
Yeah, that's correct. You can't play it with other people networked right now.
Just in the SDK, right?
Yeah. You can pass it around so other people can play it by themselves, but you'll still be by yourself.
Alright, we're going to cut the questions off here. This will be the last question I answer. Will the Squad Ops mod pack add any new vehicles or weapons that you would, for certain ops but are not in the game? That's a rough one. I don't plan on having any of our modders do like specific vehicles or anything like that. If anything, we'll take assets that other people have created from mods and we'll import them into our mod. But I don't plan on having our guys create any unique vehicles or anything like that. Unless they want to. In that case, yeah, sure, why not? But I don't plan on making that a priority. Alright, that's it for the questions regarding the community meeting. It's been about 30 minutes. It's a solid short time. I think we burned through a lot of stuff. Once again, I want to thank everyone for coming out, taking their time to, you know, see what's up with the community, become part of the community. And yeah, we're growing as you're growing with us. We're growing. We're learning. We're expanding. We're trying to do what we can do to make it an experience that's enjoyable for everyone, one step at a time. So thank you all for showing up to the community meeting. We'll have another one next month, and we'll see you around on the servers, on the Discord, and in the events. Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.